Here we are. Welcome. We've got what I consider to be one of the best first round sets in Wandering Warriors Cup 2. I said it already, but naturally, first round, you're going to have some lopsided sets. But when you get, I think, between 40th seed and 85th seed, or 40 and 80, those players are matching up against each other. That's where the sets can become quite close and competitive, and that's kind of what we have here. Now, Overtaken right now, 2,500 elo. Overtaken's been one of the unluckiest players in things like Titans League. He has been around a couple years. A couple years ago, people were like, this guy's going to be top 10 soon. Never really got there. He's 45th seed or rank in the bracket, okay? He's Vietnamese. So it's nice right off the bat as he immediately knows where Good Game's TC is. Good Game's 84th seed. And Good Game is a player who is around 2,300 elo. But the thing I'll describe about him is I think he gets to that elo because he's got like really good initial builds. He's not super adaptable, but he's not super meta, but he has very nice initial builds. And so he picked humans here. And I'm very confused about this because humans would typically go for the second TC if you're going to pick them. They're the only civ that can do that. Look at that. He actually killed the elephant, but he needs wood for a fishing ship, so he's not going to eat it yet. But I don't think its second TC is viable on this map. The map is quite small. Like, where would you build the TC? Maybe over here. You don't have the time. And also, the biggest thing about the second TC is it's not really a great move to do on maps where there's a dock, because you can basically use the dock as your second eco building, or you can make multiple docks. Like, why spend 275 wood on a TC and use the villager time building that when you can make 2 docks and add fish, right? That's kind of the logic. So it's not viable to go for the second TC, in my opinion, here. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But you could also maybe go for rams in Feudal Age. You have cheap archer ranges, cheap stables. There's things to work with. But I was surprised when I saw humans. So I like Overtaken Civ a lot. I think it's really makes it easy for him to think about what to do. And this map, you start with a fishing ship. So they both started there. And you can see that Dark Age has been much smoother here for Overtaken. He's got, what, 2 more workers right now. I guess he didn't research Loom. Man, Good Game is like, he walked around with his village. Look at all the water buffaloes he has. This might be part of his preparation. Like, he's walked. This is a really far rhino lore. I guess he has Loom. He might even bring this elephant on the way back. Like, he's getting so much food here. And scouting as well. Now, will he get the second elephant? This is still a little bit risky, you know? Okay, so he's not getting that, but I think the Vil could die if he doesn't... Okay, house tricks it. Okay, well, that ends up being okay. He can block with the water buffalo. But if he's going to have like 10 water buffalo, that's certainly enough food to go fast castle or try the Feudal Age mini boom. And well played to do that. So it had the initial elephant, now has the rhino. Got like 7 buffaloes. And still has these buffaloes around here as well. Wood becomes an issue on this map. Imagine town centering the center hill, though. I mean, that would secure all the wood. Kind of secure some of the map. Is that a strat? I don't know. Like, maybe that is a strat. Build the TC up on the hill. Because if you build 2 TCs at the bottom of the hill and the opponent goes Castle Age, then you're kind of stuck. But realistically, a TC right here wouldn't be too bad. Big thing to remember is the stone situation on this map. So easy to forget. This is different than every other map. You've got 1 tile stones scattered around the outside. And so it's really hard to get to a castle. You would need to build 2 separate mining camps. It takes a lot of time to get to a castle. But if I'm Overtaken, I simply just go fast feudal contest water here. Because let's say the opponent does go for the second TC and you don't kill any of their villagers in feudal. Well, guess what? You can kill 4 fishing ships. That's a guarantee. You maintain a 7 eco lead because you're going to have 7 of them. And then you can add more fish. So they're adding the vills. And then you just go up to like 12 fish. You're still ahead for a long time. So I don't know. It's an interesting pick. I really just don't think the second TC is good at all. I don't love the Cumans pick, but I do love the fact that it's something different and something unexpected. And we're going to see what he can do here. Now, this Vil moving off the dock tells me it's going to be a second dock. See, this right now seems like it's going to be water build. Maybe it's going to be a water build into an eventual second TC. Because you do have to respect the water on this map. You can't just forget about the fish. That would have been a mistake. Dzot says, T90, you make my life at work so much more enjoyable. Nice. Tell your boss. Let them know. While you're at it, let them know that you're a hard worker. You deserve a raise. Sitting here watching Age of Empires is really tough work. You know, just say, listen, 20% raise. I deserve it. See what happens. Also tell him he could subscribe for free to my channel with Twitch Prime. I'm sure that will go over well. But yeah, you're welcome, dude. Same feudal age times for both. Still no loom for Overtaken. Now that's going to give me a little bit of worry because of the series we saw yesterday. Maybe one of the biggest throws you'll see in competitive AoE in like a very, very, very long time. Player forgot loom. I think he probably would have won had he researched loom. And wow, we have the second TC for good game. So he's going galleys and second TC. I don't know if he's going to be able to afford galleys and a second TC. He did get enough to make 3 galleys. And I guess he's going to have the wood. He's going to have the food for Vils. And then he needs the Vils from the TC to go to gold. I could see this having some promise if Overtaken doesn't force the issue. But Overtaken getting fletching and having all 3 of his docks producing galleys is the worry here. Overtaken has 700 more resources collected at this stage. Even forgetting about the humans, like that's a really nice lead. And there goes the galley from Good Game, or 2 galleys, sorry. And no fletching for him. And he's going to be behind by like 4 or 5 galleys here. It's like, unfortunately, if you want to compete with the galley war, you delay the TC. But if you delay the TC, it's like, why did you pick humans? So he's got to use his micro now to stay in this, despite not having fletching. His worker count is rising right now. He's about to get to his 4th galley. Fletching would obviously be a nice thing to add in if you're good game. The Buffaloes give him really good chances here. He also put Buffaloes under each TC. This is not someone just winging it and just trying this for the first time. This is practice, 100%. Is it going to be good enough, though? Or will Overtaken be able to overtake him here? Again, no fletching is an issue, and the galleys are just going to dive. If you think, you just remind yourself of the situation. Good Game has just surpassed Overtaken in workers. If Good Game now loses those 4 fishing ships, then most likely Overtaken will have the freedom to add more fishing ships. Like the builds can only work if Good Game also kills fishing ships from Overtaken, I think. You see, Overtaken immediately says, okay, I've 1 water. I'll just add 3 more fish. On a normal land map, you don't have the ability to actually stay even or even get ahead of humans. You just don't. But on water maps, the fish can equalize it. Which is what has happened here. Fishing ship sailing away here for Good Game. And there he goes. Someone says, my boss is an absolute dick, but he's also a vivid T90 fan. A vivid T90 fan. Whoa. Well, that's interesting fact. All right. Sorry to hear your boss is a jerk. Daka, welcome. Thanks for the raid. Hope you had a nice stream. 12 fishing ships now for Overtaken, but he doesn't know about these 2 galleys. I mean, this could add up. Overtaken finds the fish hiding over here for Good Game. And we're going to see Castle Age on the way now for Overtaken. Resources collected has consistently been above for Overtaken, but Good Game does have a lot more Vils, and humans have a tendency to be able to do some crazy things. Actually did a really nice job here, not losing his fishing ships. Now, they haven't been working, but still, it's good enough that the situation is what it is. And if these two galleys can kill 4 or 5 fishing ships, I'm suddenly kind of okay with this position. He's also making a lot of fires now. Overtaken's probably in a position to micro down those fires in time. But there's this to worry about as well. Good game. You got to kill some fish, my dude. You got to kill some fish. This is a really big deal. But there's so much to manage right now. Fires here. Fires here. The 2 TCs. He's about to finish the buffalo. He's going to click up the castle. Wow, that's crazy. The buffaloes were such an important part of that. Overtaken has no clue these galleys are here. He's just sending more galleys forward to deal with this. And 7-1 KD for the Estonian, who I think has gone for the more standard pick. I think he's played pretty well against what the humans are doing. He's going to drop ranges now. Now, I know we're in a cav archer meta, and I know that Vietnamese have great cav archers. I've been saying this for years. Glad people finally caught up with it. But is this not a better situation to just go knights? You've got the food eco. He's going to have a little less food eco. I feel like with the food eco you have right now, knights would make a whole lot of sense. Good game, I don't think knights makes any sense because he doesn't have food now. He's got the 2 fishing ships and 0 farms. So for him, cav archers makes a lot of sense based on his resources. And looks like maybe 2 or 3 fishing ships were killed, but that's about it. Let's see what happens here with Overtaken. He's going to come to the middle hill and try and drop the TC. But yeah, I'm disappointed that I've been proven correct in this case, but it really just does feel like everything that we said about this playing humans on a map with fish has essentially happened. Good game doesn't have this massive lead. There's not as much pressure like there typically is when up against the humans to do immediate damage. Like, Overtaken's kind of fine. And he's done a great job. Really needs to snag the War Galley upgrade potentially, but he's done a great job still defending his fish. He's struggling with wood at the moment, but he's going to drop a TC on the hill. Yeah, and good games dropping a stable, but he doesn't have the food set up. Like, I'm thinking in his practice sessions, he probably still had the food set up and had a lot more food in the bank, but the situation here is he's under immediate pressure. And he needs knights right now, and he does not have the farms. Is going to end up buying a lot of food, which of course is pretty expensive, and Overtaken looking good here game 1. I like the idea, right? The idea of trying something different, especially if you're the underdog. But a little disappointing for good game, I think, because he did have some really good civilizations on the draft. Now, he'll be saving them. So we'll see what he could do, what he can lab out. I actually liked his draft more than Overtaken, so he's got some fun options to work with as the series goes on. Assuming, you know, I'm saying this like he's going to lose the game right now. That's not necessarily determined yet. Overtaken's got to be careful. There's camels out. He's going to mix in some monks. Just 2 TCs. And really feels like controlling the center hill is the key, just because of the wood. A good game taking this wood is critical for him. He'd have to maybe shift over here. It is 50 vills for good game, but he doesn't have the fish boom that Overtaken has. Overtaken just 42 vills, but he's got the 10 fishing ships. And oh man, how did those cav archers miss? What is happening? Okay, finally they hit something, and oh boy, spoilers. GG. My bad. This game seemed pretty over anyways. Overtaken takes the first win. I hate that I'm right on this, but actually, you know what? I love the fact I'm right on this. Humans are just not good on a fish boom map, in my opinion. I really thought the second TC was going to be a losing move. I love the fact he grabbed the buffaloes to give it a shot, but it's just simply too much to try and combine going 2 TCs and going water. To properly go water and protect your water means you don't add the second TC, and then it just leads me right back to my thinking of, well, why pick humans in the first place then? But Overtaken made no mistakes. Overtaken played a perfect game. Let's not forget that. 27 seconds of TC idle time, super low idle eco time, super smooth efficient play, and so he's looking good here. And we'll go to Good Game's home maps next. See what Good Game can do for us. Yeah, just everything was so smooth. The KD was so smooth. The resources were smooth. It was a perfect game for Overtaken. Here we go. They did not take long time at all getting into the next game. Overtaken won the first game. Overtaken looked really good, and he's got Saracens here. Ooh, okay. I would have thought he would have gone for something else. So he's Saracens. He's in the blue. And then Good Game is over here playing as Dravidians in the red. Now, one of the strategies that you can almost always do on this map is trying to compete and win the water. Because if you win the water, you have a very good lead in the game, most likely. You stop this transport from ferrying the villagers across. That's a big deal. You also stop any fishing ships from massing up in the water area too. So I think Dravidians are very good here for that reason. Now, where the Dravidians could potentially struggle is if this turns into more of a land game, and where you might need to mix in a couple knights. Dravidians can't make knights. But you could also make some weird arguments here too, like Saracens have strong camels. Well, how is that going to help against a civ that can't make knights? Doesn't help that much. Most likely, land army is going to be comprised of lots of range units. Dravidians have faster firing skirms. Good Halb, like Halb Skirm, Halb Arbalest, even Elephant Archer. Like, all these things could be good for Dravidians. And Dravidians are just super smooth on this map. Like, you got to play Dark Age on this map a couple times so you really get the feel. But the fact that your dock gives you population space, it just helps out so much here. And then the extra fish carrying capacity doesn't hurt either, so. Now, they're actually kind of far away compared to some of the other gens we've seen, but you're always pretty close because the water area is pretty big. So this is still on the same spot of the screen. And yeah, 5 villagers on food, sometimes even 4 villagers on food is more than enough to maintain vill production here. I don't know if you spotted it, but initially Overtaken had like 5 vills on food, and then he went down to 3 for a second just so he could get more on wood early. So the villagers on the shorefish is really efficient. Love how Overtaken has found some of the additional buffaloes around the map. This becomes important later on when the fish are gone. And he's also scouted the hunt in the back. This could be a very important area too. Gold is always scattered around. Stone is always scattered around your the edge here. But you could always take this gold, for example. So that's a nice little spot to be aware of. Okay, now Good Game has gone for a dock here. Personally, I don't love this, and I'm going to explain why. Basically, it's because you could already take these shorefish anyways on the inside and drop it off at the TC. If you dock the outside, you get an extra 400 food there that you can drop off at the dock. So I'm a little surprised to see this dock, but I live and breathe this game, and for whatever reason, have very, very strong opinions on Houseboat. And it's just not a map that is seen a lot elsewhere. So, yeah, Good Game's kind of... His build is definitely not a build that comes off as well practiced. Like, he shouldn't be behind in fishing ships, in my opinion. And now he's bringing in an elephant. And like, this is danger. Oh God. Oh, what are we doing, dude? Like, Dravidians have so many flexible bonuses here, even before that Vill went down. I really don't think there's many reasons why they should be behind in resources collected right now. This is just Overtaken. Like, look, he's doing the smart things. See what I mean? 4 villagers on these shorefish. He's going to zoom in with the food. This is just the play. I think this... I looked at this and said this could be a close one. With how it's looking right now, don't want to speak too soon. Overtaken seems to be super well prepared, plus he's the favorite. Good Game maybe just not having his best day here. Overtaken's headed to gold. Now, this feels like a water build of some kind, but he doesn't know where his opponent is. But if I were against Dravidians, I would expect the opponent would go super fast forward docks. So I actually wouldn't hate... two defensive docks from Overtaken to defend his pond. And then if there isn't a dock, if no one shows up with the dock, then you just add fish. That's kind of the Viper meta for Houseboat. I actually love the walls for Good Game. This is actually really nice. Like, he's going to feel very secure. The only way he's not secure if the opponent comes forward dock on him. And Overtaken is sending Vills around to the front. No. They're just going to the shorefish. Okay. And he's adding the second dock. Okay, yeah. So he's doing precisely what I said, I believe. Should be really good. Nelson Knight says, T90, why have I not heard of Overtaken? He seems really good. Probably just because you've missed the showings that he's had. He's done some pretty big things. I mean, depends. Big is relative. Oh boy, good game. Villager, quick wall. Save it. Overtaken's blocking. And Overtaken kills the Vill. This is still open then. Good game's just really having a rough start. Overtaken is like, he's 1 or 2 results away from getting deeper in some pretty big events. He's always showed a lot of promise, in my opinion. So I think that keep an eye out, and he'll do some pretty big things this year. As for, does that mean a run into the top 16? That's going to be really tough. But Hidden Cup qualifiers, Titans League, he's always done very well, in my opinion. Okay, so now, like, good game. Dude, this just seems like the timings have not been there. Okay, the timings have just not been there. Now he's going to come forward to dock. And Overtaken is going to see this, and then he can immediately add ships. This is the really nice way to defend from the forward dock. A scout's getting chased away. Let's see if Overtaken spots this. Could also just deny it. Yeah, that dock's not going up. There's no protection for the Vill. And we will have fire galleys added anyways from Overtaken. I mean, don't even chase the Vill at this point. Let the Vill chill there if you wish to. And just have some fires out just in case. Here's going to be another quick wall. But fires are going to be out. And you're not going to accomplish too much with 1 dock versus 2 fires, at least immediately. I think you got to go up to 4 fires. You don't want to be too greedy and just think you're fine. But Overtaken doing pretty good stuff. We've got Market Blacksmith back behind. Now, good game. He's untouched. He's not being hit at all at home, which is definitely a benefit for him. So this pressure is going to be over on Overtaken's side. If you're going to add a galley to try and deny the dock, you would have wanted that to be before anything shows up. You don't want to add the galley right away, in my opinion. And nice damage there on the scout. That's pretty helpful. And now the fire galleys are out. And yeah, this is probably getting a little bit worrying for Overtaken, because now a second dock could come down. So now Good Game's done a really sick job. But I think it's kind of tough for the villager to build the dock while also repairing the palisade. It'd be kind of nice for a demo to pop out, though. Yeah, so he has to repair and then build and then repair and then build back and forth. But he's got the docks up. Well, he's got one of the docks up. He's waiting for a demo. There is an archer coming out from Overtaken. He'll probably kill this Vill. Wow, Good Game is clicked up. And guys, all these fires are bunched up here. This this could actually... Oh, now the fires have relocated. Ooh, and now the dock is denied. It's a doubt dock. Dock denied at 96%, and now there could be archers too. Well, there was a moment there, if the fire stayed clumped up, where the demo could have popped out and done some pretty big things. Now double range from Overtaken. I actually think what's better than the second range is walking forward and just building a dock on the opponent's water. He's not prepared for that at all. But it's not a natural feeling because people aren't used to playing houseboat. Especially if your opponent's walled. But you are Saracens. Maybe you can break through those walls. Dock is also going to be walled up. Still, Good Game is one good demo away from killing 8 fishing ships and stopping this transport from ferrying over villagers. This is still a very dangerous situation for Overtaken if he misplays it. I think he thinks there's just one ship in there, because you never really know. This could be This could work for Good Game. It's going to be interesting because he wants to get the War Galley upgrade from the dock at home. And then he wants these ships to engage when they're upgraded. But I think the ships are going to eject soon. So you need to... You absolutely have to try whatever you're going to do first. You got to pull out one fire to bunch up the other fires. And then you use your demo. And then he won't expect the second demo, so you repeat the same process. See, what happened right there is that his ships just ejected because he ran out of HP on the dock. That was not good. That was not what he needed right there. That is really good for Overtaken. That could have been so much worse for him. Again, I don't think he was expecting these numbers. And War Galley upgrades coming in for Good Game, but he's not going to have a ton to work with. The dock is almost down. Remember, he is still worried about all of this as well. But again, to my point, if Overtaken just walks forward and builds a dock now, Good Game is screwed. We are going to see a demo. He canceled the War Galley upgrade. Okay. I mean, this fire is not attacking the correct dock. Remember, this is a really, 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 really tricky map to play. That was not good. Well, good stuff there, T90. I'm allowed to say when things don't go well for people. That's not me being disrespectful. That's part of the job. And I usually have some context as to why something didn't go well for someone. There's a reason. Okay, there goes the demo. Well, I guess he figures there's no use killing the fire. I might as well kill some fish with this. And he kills a fishing ship. Archers are in over here. They have Bodkin. I think the plan for Good Game was probably skirms. But yeah, GG's called. Good Game calls the Good Game. And it was a very good game from Overtaken. I just, even from the start, like Good Game not really clicking. The build was a little bit off for me. And then he lost the Vil to the Elephant. I mean, feel bad. You guys might not have seen this player before. He's had better days. He's going to have to turn it around now, though. Otherwise, he's going to be crashing out. I don't really think it's an early call. I think the second these archers get through, he has no defense. He doesn't have TCs up. He doesn't have the skirms out. And he also has no forward pressure on a player who is already prepping fish traps, which he doesn't know, but we know, and this would have been a problem. So that game goes on for another 30 seconds. Good Game loses like 6 villagers and still has no response. So, GG. Little disappointing, but it's early rounds. It happens, right? So, chat, I would like you to guess how many villagers are going to die in Dark Age. Give me a number, because there's a lot of boars in the middle. That's a lot of food, and each player has a horse, and it normally gets crazy here. 1 sec, I need to tab out. Fix something on the other screen. I'm going to go with 3. 3 villagers die in Dark Age here. Because players are always super stubborn, and they don't want to get loom. And then what happens is they'll lose a Vil because they didn't have loom, and they say, well, I'm already down a Vil. If I research loom, I'm going to be down another Vil. It's just this never-ending cycle of stubbornness. So let's see. Here's the horse for Overtaken. He did miss. Oh, God. Oh, boy. Okay, well, here we go. Here we go. Okay, come on, Good Game. Good game. Good game. Here we go. This is why I asked the question. Okay, 1 down. I knew people were going to be stupid and stubborn. I just knew it. All right. Now Good Game did get loom. So the Vil count's even because he had to research loom. Let's see if he can get these boars home. Okay, he has loom here. He's bringing in 2 boars. He's also stealing 2 boars from the Mongols, which is a really big deal if he can get this. This could be amazing for Good Game. This is going to be sick for Good Game because Overtaken's probably going to come out across the map to try and get the others. Now, villagers could still go down, but oh my God! Yeah, loom is a great call. Loom is a fantastic call. Overtaken tried to block now, but yeah, loom is in. Now, let's see. There's weak Vils around. This could be dangerous. Oh, boy. Okay. Okay, careful. 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 Don't get weak Vils involved. Careful. Okay, it's fine. So he's got how many boars under there? 5 boars. 1,600 food. Meanwhile, Overtaken, he just has 2. And if Overtaken tries to take the far ones, he could get blocked again. And he still has no lube. He still has no lube. Let's see if Good Game notices that. He's probably focused on this. Okay, he sees it now. So Overtaken's going to try and block the boar so it doesn't hit his Vil. That's a dangerous game, but it's doable. Peak A-Lee. Peak A-Lee. Here's Good Game. Good Game. Oh, Good Game can get the boar. Oh, he's attacking the horse. The horse is actually weak. Now he's attacking the Vil. Hold up. Hold up. He was not expecting this. He was expecting the boar to attack him, not the Vil. And if he blocks with the horse could die. Now he's blocking the horse. Guys, this is huge. Now Overtaken's going to get loomed. But if Good Game can snag this boar, he's going to have like 7 V3, 8 V2. I don't know if I've ever seen one as lopsided as this. Now, Good Game did have the idle TC, but I think it's worth it in this case. And he's even going to attack and kill the horse. You're kidding me. Wow. Remember, I was so critical that he didn't pick Mongols on this map. But now if he could beat Mongols while saving Mongols for another map, that could be so nice. Horse goes down. Overtaken's going to make a run around for it. He's trying to, like, hide where he's running right now. This should actually be pretty easy for Good Game because you have enough Vils to weaken it in the TC. Okay, so he gets those. And then Overtaken's trying to go the sneaky way, which is pretty epic, actually. So he's actually out of Red's Fog of War. That is pretty sick, dude. That is really cool. So he's gone out of the Fog of War, so Good Game won't go to look for it and won't know to see it. And then he's going to get this boar. But that's going to be boar number 3. I mean, he does still have hunt here, but 7-3 boar count is crazy. The nice thing for Overtaken, he's done a really good job to understand the map, though, and he knows there's more hunt. So he drops a mill here, getting hunt. Drops a mill here, is getting hunt. So think about it in terms of a normal map. If you got 3 boars and double hunt spots with Mongols, you'd be happy. This still could work out quite well. And worker counts even. So we'll see how Good Game chooses to play this. I think the fact that Overtaken doesn't have a scout right now is a pretty big deal. Overtaken only knows about his opponent's TC, but won't be able to see what strategies his opponent will go for. No, you can't push deer with the horse. It's a very good question. So this is just basically a scout. Should you go 18 pop just based on the fact you got 7 boars? I mean, I think you want to go up around 18, 19 pop kind of regardless here. Not solely based on that fact. I think you can do that with even 3 boars if you do it right. But what you could do is you could go really low population fast castle. Fast feudal is kind of normal here. Let's see, how much food does he have? Only 400. Yeah, I think even fast castles may be a little ambitious. But he's down 2 games. He needs some confidence. He might do something wacky here. He's going to head over here, take some of this hunt. So I think archers is actually a really nice opening for both here. Because you don't have a starting scout, you're a little bit further removed from a scout rush working. Because usually you have the starting scout, then you make 2 scouts, 3's enough to kill Vils, easy peasy. But now you need to wait for that 1 more scout, which just wastes a little bit more time. Also, you could wall up easier on this map because no one starts with a scout. So Overtaken could maybe wall this way. And then he could wall this way. And then he's pretty secure. He's got gold, he's got berries, he's got everything he needs. Feels like it will be scouts for Overtaken. And walls. And then Good Game. Not scouting his opponent at all is super, super weird to me. Like, you want to see what he's doing, ideally. But Good Game is... I thought his initial plan was archers, but I think this is fast castle. Maybe it's not, though. He's adding a barracks now. I mean, it could still be fast castle knights, potentially. Pretty crazy how Overtaken still has 300 more res collected this game. He's done a sick job. Like, a really sick job. Overtaken trained. You could just tell with his builds. Like, he now understands the wall aspects and how important that can be. He knew to look for the extra hunt. Like, a lot of people would just be like, oh, I don't have the boars. I'm so dead now. Blah, blah, blah. But no, it's like super nice transitions. And making life easy for himself here. That's a lot on gold. I almost feel like we're going to see market instead of a blacksmith with whatever military building Good Game builds. Does he go market? Okay, market stable. So he could go for unupgraded knights. And Good Game just saw the stable from the opponent and the scout. So he should know some scouts are on the way. So these vills should probably pack it up and go home. Well, no, there's going to be spears, actually. Yeah, so it's actually not bad. This is the only area you have to protect because the rest of it's pretty safe next to the TC. Do you guys think he sells his stone here? I think he does if he can't... Well, okay, he does. Yeah. Gonna say he does if he can't click up without doing so. And that seems to be the case. And sending a little bit more to golds. He will get up to Castle Age much faster than Overtaken, but Overtaken's already going to be adding archers. So archers, spears, this might be all in feudal here from Overtaken. And honestly, if he can just get to the gold, like if that gold's still open, this could be really solid. Overtaken sees the spear defense. He's even trying to lure the spears away. This is so Overtaken. Look at that. Dun, 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 dun. Lurking around. Knows one of those vills is extra weak. He's testing his opponent's ability to track. He's making him work hard. Good Game. You got to get out of here, man. And there he goes. Archer range now. I'm just... This has been such a confusing series from Good Game. I've seen so many fun, like, wacky things from him in a good way that I got really excited that there would be some chaos on these maps. But I just, none of it really seems to click or make a ton of sense for me. And usually then I'm like, oh, I've been proven wrong. This thing makes sense. Nope. Feels like Cav Archers, but I don't see how Cav Archers is a great play. He didn't properly wall at all. I guess he didn't expect the Archer follow-up, and Overtaken's just on point. Overtaken's just been a beast this series. He's been so smooth. He's made it look so easy. Look at this economy behind this. The farms, the berries, the gold, the walls. Everything's so good. And he's got so much army pressure coming in at the perfect times. And so now Good Game, I don't think he was planning on making a lot of army here in Feudal Age. He's kind of forced to make a little bit to get back onto that gold. I think that market's going to end up being his best friend here. And Overtaken just passing again. Sitting behind the wood line. I think the key is you got to keep red off the gold, though. A player who's in this position uses the market a lot. So you need to keep him off the gold more than anything else. The food and the wood economy is not great either, so you don't need to really focus on that. It's just solely the gold, I'd say. And all right, things get interesting now. Let's see what happens here. Let's see how many kills Overtaken can get before the Cav Archers come out, because it is Cav Archers here for Good Game. Still has some army over here to worry about. It's a very messy game. That benefits the player in Feudal Age. Another villager goes down. We don't have any upgrades for the CA yet. In all fairness, that's the same with the archers too. There's fletching now for the Cav Archers. It's going to get to 6. This could get to a dangerous number. You can get to 6 before he gets to gold again. 6 could probably be enough to push this army back and get over to gold. I think the reason Good Game didn't make a knight is because he has no food. Like, you see how much food he's been purchasing? He doesn't have food and gold to justify a knight. A knight's also a lot of gold too. So I don't mind Cav Archers from here. I do wonder, though, does that not just invite Overtaken to try the same? Overtaken's going to try and get as much value as possible with the Feudal Age units. Just buy him some time with some micro. And then I'd like to see maybe an archery range. You could also try and go skirms, honestly. Start to mass some skirms from home right now. Because trying to catch up in the set Cav Archer number might be a little bit dangerous. But I think you could justify it. If you've got some walls to give you some time. Mongols have faster firing Cav Archers. It's super, super nice for them. Wouldn't mind the second range at all from Overtaken. He's got to make sure he doesn't have holes. I feel like there aren't any holes here. But I don't know. I'm looking at this. It almost feels like there might be between the house and the mill somewhere. There's the second range. And now there's Bodkin Arrow. There is a hole here, actually. Right next to the TC. Hole. CA are through. But is that good here? Quick house walls from Overtaken. I think that's actually worth it for good game. I know he lost 2 units, but look what it does. This is super annoying for Overtaken. He over-chopped a hole. He'll probably eventually deal with these, but now he's been pushed off of gold. He loses some momentum. This is nice for good game. And you could be an absolute menace with these CA as well. Run around, be a pest. That's not exactly what I meant. That's literally the opposite of what I meant. And maybe good game is going to regret that one. I feel like there, maybe you try and loop away from the archers. And now we've got double range CA from Overtaken. And he needs to hold from the CA mass that good game has. We're going to see Bloodlines come in for both. So that's going to be in for their Cav Archers. But yeah, I mean, Overtaken. 10 seconds of TC idle time. Solid enough eco upgrades. He should recognize right now he gets the 3-0 as long as he's patient here. And waits to mass up. I still think, because he's Mongols, this is probably okay. But I still think that maybe the play could have been to go skirms. Like after your 6th archer, just start to mass skirms. The hole in the wall is going to be an issue. He does pick off a Cav Archer there. Here he needs damage control. This is market territory. Yeah, just drop a market. Just to hold for as long as possible. It's even worth it to lose that Vil, probably. He already has a market, obviously. So this is just a temporary wall. Okay, Ballistics is coming in. I actually think Good Game has a chance. I know it's 2-0 right now. And Overtaken's the favorite. And so Good Game's just not had his day. But Ballistics is no joke. And he's going to have it with more CA numbers as well. So let's see. As Overtaken tries to micro. Oh god, there's a Tiger. The Tiger's even hungry here. And wow, this micro has actually been pretty good for Overtaken, all things considered. The Archer's got so much value this game, despite not being crossbow. Is the Tiger about to... Don't tell me the Tiger's about to get a kill. We're going to give the Tiger an assist on that one. It's still kind of dangerous. Oh, hold on. Can I go back and see how much damage the Tiger did before it died? Tiger did 48 damage. Let's go, Tiger. Woo, woo, woo. That's over half a Cav Archer. Like, the CA mat number is still there for Good Game. And he's going for a 3rd range. I like at least that he's committing to this. He's getting ahead with the CA. Portuguese Cav Archers are also cheaper than the Mongols. Overtaken's eco's definitely kind of rattled a little bit here. But he also has Ballistics now. And there's a lot of weak Cav Archers. And he does have the superior economy. And I also think he's a mass micro nerd compared to most players at his level too. So he should be doing a pretty good job. 13 more Vils. Kind of a big deal here. Only thing I think we're really missing from Overtaken is, and he's going to do it now, is the 3rd range. Score will kind of tell you as well that your opponent's not booming much. But yeah, clearly numbers has been the main issue. That's the only way he loses this game, is if he loses the numbers. Again, it's risky. Like, I have lost so many games in these types of positions where you have the eco lead, but you just get overwhelmed with the numbers. Trying to do the micro dance, trying to do the little patrol movements. Overtaken does have a hill to work with. And yet red attacking the walls. Overtaken more walls behind. Can Good Game snag a win here? 15 vills behind now. Look at the idle TC time. Overtaken's had the farms. Good Game has never really added more farms. All his wood is being spent on cav archers. It's 15 cav archers versus 8. That's a really big deal. That's a big difference. His 3 range is now for Overtaken. He's done a really nice job playing defensive. Like, this has got really dicey at times. His damage control has been top tier. He's actually going to stone so he could eventually build a castle. I don't think you need Mangadai, but I think he needs the safety, and Mangadai don't hurt, of course. Good Game, still producing. Also, what might get interesting is Overtaken's going to run out of gold. Ooh. That is fascinating. Overtaken tried to dance on the front. There's also going to be siege. Guys, there is still a chance for Good Game. He's committed a lot to this. He has access to gold. His opponent is going to run out. Now, he doesn't necessarily know that. Maybe he does. Because he's got CA looking around. Did he patrol that cav archer on that gold? Is he thinking about that? He absolutely is thinking about that. Oh, that's pretty sick. Because he's like, okay, that was only a couple tiles. He can't take this goal. He's got to move. He's got to move. He sees some vills. He sees the CA. Oh, he's not going to deny that TC. That TC will go up. Now, that TC can be pressured. But it's actually pressured, or rather actually placed in a really good position because it still allows villagers to mine gold. I do think you might need your own siege workshop here if you're Overtaken, though. And you're going to need to repair that as well. So lots of vills are needed on wood. Props to Good Game, because this was like... I expected a bit better from him in the earlier games. Probably the stress... He maybe didn't think he could make a deep run anyhow, so maybe no preparation. You know, I have very high standards. This is a good showing. There's so many things that went bad for him in Feudal Age onwards, and this is what the guy is capable of. He could just continue to send units at you. This is the type of commitment I explained when I was describing him earlier. Overtaken's consistently had an eco lead, but he has not had a good time. And if his Mangonel does not land, I think he's in trouble. Like, this Mangonel has to at least kill one Mangonel, or he's dead. He's absolutely dead. Micro from Good Game. Didn't notice it. Really hard to notice it there, right? You're expecting one to come out eventually. Oh, no. Overtaken with a big clear. Kills 2. He doesn't end up getting the 3rd. But yet, as he goes 1 for 3. See, that's worth it. But you still have lots of idle time here for Overtaken. And Good Game is going to go for another siege workshop. He still has more cav archers, too. Now, normally I'd say you send a little counterattack to the other guy's base. They're not going to be prepared for that, but I don't think you can. You send anything forward, and Good Game dives. If you're going to counterattack with, like, 1 unit over there. Good Game diving now, even. Just trying to get a feel for where he can do some damage. But it's all about this TC. All about the TC. And I think Scorpions is a bad move because there's Mangonels. You just really have to win the Mangonel war. Can Good Game get a win on the board? He has Mongol saved for Boundary Brawl. That could be really big. Yep, he notices this time. He notices this time. He's going to attack. He doesn't get the kill there against Overtaken. Overtaken with the attack rounds. Missing. And all of a sudden, Overtaken's in trouble. His TC could go down here. Oh, wait, what's happening? No. Oh, geez. Yes, he killed Vils, but he's underneath the TC. What's happening? There's another Mangonel from Overtaken. Good Game, be careful. No! He loses 1. The TC's still almost down. He loses another, but he gets the kill. He's still here. This game is crazy, dude. This game is crazy talk, man. I mean, it still could go either way. The Cav Archer Mass is actually higher for Overtaken. But if he loses this position, he's got no gold and all those villagers die. Man, what a game. Siege is so important. The trades have been slightly better for Overtaken, which has kept him in it. Yeah, what a clutch move to get the TC up earlier. Uh-oh, Cav Archers. Cav Archers. They get the pick off. Really nice hold from Overtaken. There's double Siege Workshop here, guys. Oh! Oh, no! Dude, Overtaken just thought, finally, I've done it. Finally, I cleared it up. We've made it happen. I've got this guy off my back. No, not yet. Not yet, my dude. He is still in a really awkward position because the double mangonels coming from the Siege Workshop is outpacing his production. And it's still all this pressure's right directly on his face. I mean, this goes on long enough. Eventually, Overtaken's going to run out of this gold. It doesn't feel like the positions are going to change too much here. Good Game loses another mangonel. I think there's going to be Vills headed this way. We'll keep an eye on that. It's always easier for the defender in a mangonel war because the opponent has to expose themselves and is kind of just waiting. Here comes some Vills to go repair the siege, which is always important. This patrolling Cav Archer is such a big deal because Overtaken thinks he can sneak out here. Overtaken could just send Cav Archers this way, though, to go deal with that. Overtaken seems to be flirting with the idea of a counterattack right now. And here he is getting pressured again. Good Game's expecting it. Good Game micros. There's the Cav Archer sitting on the TC foundation. That'll kill those Vills. I doubt Overtaken will notice this. This is crazy. Also, someone just said Good Game's micro is bad. Like, I really disagree. Like, he's done a fantastic job here. The KD is even. Like, he's had so much worse economy. The engagement and the commitment has to be so much higher than what his opponent is doing. Obviously, there's going to be moments where you lose units, but that's just kind of what happens. It's an amazing performance from Overtaken. Good Game absolutely has a chance. Good Game's just got the numbers, too. And Good Game realizes the TC is almost down. He's going to dive in close to the Siege Workshop so he can kill any mangonels that pop out. And the commitment from Good Game is going to be... Oh, it's going to be so good! Because he killed the mangonel! And the score lead flips. There's no gold for Overtaken now. He didn't notice this TC got denied. He's not on gold there at all. And Good Game, down 20 villagers, is just snowballing this attack with crazy commitment. And Overtaken can't believe what hit him. He's dropping tower number, 2, tower number 3. These towers honestly shouldn't accomplish a lot if the repair villagers come in to repair the mangonels. Good Game doesn't give a crap, dude. He doesn't give a crap. He says, screw your towers. I don't care about any of the stuff you have here. I've got far too much for you to deal with. What a game from Good Game. There's not going to be Cav Archers much longer for Overtaken. They're all getting flattened, and the GG's called. Man, what a turnaround, right? Like, Good Game had such a good start, and then it looked so bad in Feudal. I wasn't convinced. I'm not going to I'm not going to really judge people for doubting too much because it just didn't look good. Like, we didn't see many positives. We're stacking it up. We're thinking Portuguese Cav Archers against Mongol Cav Archers. We're thinking, like, he's down 2 games. He's the lower-rated player. But he kept coming. And I think the important thing that I didn't think of until I realized that he was already on top of it was really the gold control, right? This Cav Archer was actually sick, and it did do something later on. But he recognized when he's lurking around Overtaken's base that if he can't take gold properly, I can still win this game. And the other thing, the double Siege Workshop on the front, kind of a crazy call. You don't see that every day. Really nice job. And listen, guys, now Good Game has saved Mongols for Boundary Brawl, so it doesn't look foolish to not use Mongols here. And he's got some momentum to work with. This could boost his spirits. This could make Overtaken be a little overshaken. And, never know. Maybe he starts to think, man, I threw here. Maybe a series where he lost 6 months ago where he was ahead starts to creep back into his brain. You just never know. So Come on, don't minus 7K me for that. Overtaken. That was good. That was a good one. Don't give me a plus 7K. Somebody, please. Fun series. We finally have a series. This is the series we wanted. And now we've got good old-fashioned Nomad. We've got good game playing as the Spanish. This was one of his earliest picks. I was expecting this. And then we've got the Malians for Overtaken. I think this was also his second pick. Both these civilizations top tier. I would say probably top 5 on Nomad for me. Some people may dispute that. But they're at least very close. Malians are all about the flexibility. All their wood buildings being cheaper is super nice on Nomad starts. Really helps with the docking aspect. So expect Overtaken to have lots of fish. Spanish, their build faster bonus doesn't apply to their starting TC anymore. So they don't have like an insta TC lead. But like this civilization, if they can get a castle down, can dominate. And guys, in the previous game, Good Game was down 20 eco. Won the game because of lots of army. You could do the same thing with Conquistadors. So the dominating thinking on Nomad is just conks, 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 conks. Everything you think of, everything you do is all about the conks. And Good Game, I don't know why he hasn't docked yet. Or maybe just didn't see the water right away. He did build his TC a little faster. He should probably just dock here so we can dock faster. Well, it's fine in the end. He's going to dock. There's a lot less water on this map than some of the other generations. Like, there's normally a bigger area like this on the other side of the map, too. And there's a landlocked side. But where they will be fishing is pretty far away from each other. And that is the RNG or the luck aspect of Nomad. You don't really know. You have to find out. The Overtaken will be scouting with sheep and turkeys to try and find docks on the shoreline. So I think you have to attempt to kill Spanish fish. But if you go all in to kill Spanish fish and you don't respect land control, they might just castle drop your face. And they're pretty close together here, these two. So if Red finds that, we could easily see a forward castle. A forward castle on Nomad is a really big thing. So let's see. Good Game. Has the stone nearby. He's got the gold nearby. He's got the fish going. You'd expect to be down a fishing ship or a villager against Malians, usually. Unless, like, the start is perfect. But brought in one boar already. Is going to bring in another boar. Unfortunately, doesn't see this one, but is super close to finding it. Doesn't see this one yet either. It's kind of important for Red that he finds that boar, and he does see it. So that's going to be 3 boars. Berries available. Goldstone available. Pretty good start. Overtaken, brought in 1 boar, is bringing in boar number 2 now. No loom. The perfect pro starts is no loom. You just have that extra villager because you didn't research loom. And players usually won't lose one here, so... Those games last night says, is it normal for a Nomad map gen to not be 100% surrounded by water? On this version, it's standard, yes. More true to basically the classic Nomad gens. On this version, you're also going to see some bays or some ponds. If you were to look at ranked Nomad, you're going to see a full circle of water every single time. You're not going to have any ponds. There's no potential for bays. And what happens there is everyone just goes fast feudal water because there's a guarantee you're going to kill their fish pretty soon. At least in 1v1s. And I wanted a little bit more variety as far as that's concerned. A little bit more strategic thinking, you know? So some people don't like the landlock because you have to adapt a lot more. And there's a little... And if you don't find the information early, there's a little bit more guessing. So it's understandable certain players might not like it, but other players love it. So far, Overtaken has found his opponent's TC. That's big. He has not found any fish near him. So, this is a little bit embarrassing, but I just had a moment where I couldn't sleep 2 nights ago, and I was thinking about Nomad starts and stopping castle drops. And I was thinking, like, if you know they're not docked next to you, you still have to try and kill their fish if they have a food unique unit. You have to. So, conks. But you also need to respect, you don't want to overcommit to water because by the time you get to their fish, it might take a long time. And then you haven't respected the middle of the map for map control, and then they could forward castle you. So I think, like, what I would like to see is I would like to see 2 docks from Overtaken, maybe 1 over here. You go 2 galleys to kill the fish, and then you switch into a barracks and archery range really fast. So it's like, you're not actually winning water. You're going to kill their fish and then get a couple archers out so that you can deny the stone. You could always make fires later on to follow up the galleys. But a 2 galley opening would make a lot of sense. But there's just so much wood. So much freaking wood, man. You just got to know how to spend it. How to get the ratios down. This is definitely a water contest for Overtaken. And then Good Game is going fast castle conks. Yeah. So Good Game is just hoping that he can make it to Castle Age uncontested. I don't think, like, only 4 fishing ships kind of rough. It's fairly inefficient. If he had 1 more boar, I think it would be pretty free and painless to get up. But he doesn't have that yet. Oh, he is bringing in the boar. Ooh, okay, that's a really nice find. Never mind. So, Vil could die, but he house tricks it. Yeah, nice. Let's see Overtaken. So he goes 3 dock galleys. Actually, he's only producing out of 2 of them. And let's see, like, what I'm thinking is that's guaranteed to kill fish. Guaranteed. And now your next step is barracks archery range to stop the castle from going up forward. Or to even take them off of stone, to harass them in some way. See, where this is where there's the guessing game of Nomad, though, right? If you just go 2 galleys, like I'm saying, and you don't do a follow-up, what if they went fast feudal into fire galleys, and they're really close to you? But, I mean, he has been so thorough here. He knows the opponent's got to be down here somewhere. Yeah, I just don't really think you need more than 3 galleys. It's never bad to have a house wall. That is a lot of wood invested into that instead of other things, though, if you're Overtaken. But I love the decision. So he goes galleys to kill fish. Look, he just made 2, and now he's adding fish of his own. So he can catch up with the Castle Age time. That's really nice. He knows his opponent is here as well. And he's even stonewalling this area. No fire galley for Good Game because he's going blacksmith and he's going stable? Is he going stable and he's going market? He's still missing a building. He can't click up yet. His build is definitely a little bit off. Oh, no, he has a blacksmith. Okay. Stable might not actually be bad. I actually wouldn't hate adding a scout just to get vision. Because you're going to be lower economy here. You really need your castle to be your best friend. Your castle has to be forward, in my opinion. Fishing ships are getting sniped right now. The opponent's going to have 10 fish. You're not going to stop that. So you got to hit land. And that's what Overtaken's thinking. He's essentially bracing himself. Guys, you need food to make a lot of conks. It's going to be tough for Good Game. With no fishing ships. And there's the scout. All right. So the pathing's a little wonky, right? Because his wall isn't completed yet. And now he's going to see the houses. Oh, he could tree hop. That's kind of funny. So he might think he can walk up, chop the tree, build a palisade over it, delete it, run through. Because he doesn't know the TC is there. Because you can't... you can't actually build a TC here because or build a castle here because the TC is so close. Oh, wow. He's added another scout. No loom for Overtaken yet. He actually denies the wall. Bring the Vils. Oh, let's go. Let's go. Yes, this is the energy we want. Bring the Vils. No, bro. Run in. Run in his base. Ah, I'm so disappointed. Is he going to tree hop now? This guy, he's going to freaking tree hop. Or is he just going to place it right next to the house? This is what I mean about... Oh, there's the tree. Okay, he's going to hop. But, dude, the TC's in there. Okay, so tree hop. No way. No way. No way. No way. Is the TC in range? Talk about a castle on the face. You've got to be kidding me. Also, Overtaken can't tower it because Overtaken stone-walled. Yo, what a castle, bro. What a castle. Oh, man. Overtaken hasn't clicked up yet. He didn't finish his mark. In disaster for Overtaken. He can't even click up. Guys, he might not make it to Castle Age. He might not make it to Castle. Oh, he deletes his TC. He preemptively deletes his TC. That's hilarious. Okay, well, listen, let's give him credit. Let's give him credit because the alternative is he clicks up to Castle and then it just gets denied anyways. You have to have some real guts to accept the situation you're in. So he deletes, he rebuilds, and now he's on his way to Castle Age. Oh my god. But whatever eco advantage you probably had, I know you've got the fishing ships, but it can't be a good spot now. You're going to have so many idols. Man, I really didn't want to bring it up. I made the Overshaken joke about how Overtaken might get shook. And as I was saying that, oh no, the Conquistador stopped the wall. As I was saying that, guys, I was remembering Overtaken's had some pretty big, like, he's fallen apart in sets before. I remember Hidden Cup qualifier, he was ahead. Like, I think he was playing really well against Mihai. Beat Mihai in the first game, Hidden Cup 5 quali. Was ahead then game 2, through that game, and then just lost the next 2. Like, he could kind of fall apart sometimes after having a really confident start. And this is like... This is good play from Good Game. Let's not take anything away from Good Game, because he had to give up water fully. He had to tree hop. He had to add the scouts. He brought the energy to make life chaotic here for Overtaken. But it's just worth thinking about that. If this has happened to you before, there could be... It's hard to perform after you've lost 2 games in this fashion against this type of aggression. This is also why I wanted to cast Good Game today, and I'm so happy you guys get to see what he could do. Because I, unfortunately, have been on the other end of it way too many times. It's kind of nice to not be in Overtaken's position right now. And you know, this affects everybody, how good the games are going. It's hard to make decisions properly when you're under all the external pressure of the moment. But I really just don't see an easy way back for Overtaken. I don't know what he does. He's going to try and go skirms. There's already a Mangonel here. And Good Game is going to drop another castle on this hill. Like, this is bad. This is really, 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 really bad for Overtaken. He can't afford a lead skirm. He has no gold. He can't take the gold unless he goes over here, and there's still conks here. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Okay. Okay, well, there's 1 conk, 1 Mangonel. Good Game. You don't have to place it directly on his nose. Good Game just destroyed his own castle. Good Game just destroyed his own castle. I cannot believe what is happening. Oh my god. Overtaken has a chance. As I was just going to say, you could still place it on the hill and be fine. You get the game. You get the win. But talking about the moment, man, and just the craziness of this game, it goes Overtaken's way finally. I mean, and Overtaken will have seen that too. So he knows that's a castle down. There probably won't be another one on his face soon. His skirm micro has been pretty good. He's going to get to golds. And he has 14 fishing ships. What? What a crazy series, man. I can't believe what's happening. This Mangonel needs to be repaired. It is being repaired. The conch needs to be killed if you're Overtaken. Oh, man. But the Repairville's dead. This is crazy. Like, they're both in such crazy weak positions. If that castle goes up, we're in a game 5. I cannot believe what we just witnessed, man. Guys, what I've loved about the first round is the amount of sets we've seen from seeds 40 to 85. They have immense talents, but there's still, like, you could tell the pressure gets to them. We've seen ridiculous things. We've seen someone missing Loom throw the game. We just saw someone destroy their own castle. We saw the tree hop here. Oh, man. I mean, still no elite skirm on these skirms. Even if they were elite, it's not good against siege. Conk Mangonel is just not something that Overtaken has an answer to. And when your opponent is situated like Good Game is, you can't really pressure him either. You'd have to run past a castle. He's so far away. Overtaken is just trying to delay. Watch Good Game win this now. I mean, he destroyed his own castle. He still could get the job done here. Down 15 eco. He's had good micro, except for that one moment. I really think in this position, Good Game just needs to be careful not to get too crazy with the conks and pull away from his siege. The siege is a very important part of this. Do you see Overtaken there thinking about going for the siege? But who cares? Like, okay, Overtaken gets this gold, but then you take out this TC and then he can't take wood, and he's wedged even further into the corner. This is not... Like, the sure thing right now, if you're a Good Game, is you take out this TC. You've got to stick with that, in my opinion. Oh. Someone says Doubt did that in NAC 5 and won the game anyways. Well, the product, if you're going for a forward castle and you can justify it and it's going to go up, you're ahead anyways. So I guess logically, I guess it does kind of make sense that people can destroy their own castles and still win. But in this case... I don't remember Doubt's exact scenario in that tournament, but in this case, Good Game is not ahead in eco. Don't destroy your conks now. Ah! Oh, he killed his own conquistador. My goodness. We gotta have... Oh my god! We gotta talk to this guy. I gotta... What's happening, man? What's happening? He just killed 3 of his own conks because he shot a deer and the tower foundation. Oh, it's all fine. It's fine, guys. It's fine. Everything's fine. Overtaken said, this is my moment. He dives to fight, and he loses everything. Good Game still wins. Killed his own castle, killed his own conks, but he gets the job done. Man, what a moment, dude. Okay, now listen. I want to go back and just credit Good Game for the absolute audacity to chop that tree. Like, that was crazy. I literally said, yeah, it'd be great to see a tree hop, but it'd be bad because you're way too close to the TC. He saw the TC right before that and said, no, that's not true, T90. Let's just double check. Scout comes in, right? And, okay. So he knows the TC is there, and he still doesn't care? I would be worried the TC would range me or like a tower would go up. It was a crazy sequence of events because honestly, if Overtaken had garrisoned this TC immediately, I think the castle foundation actually gets sniped by the TC. That would have happened. The TC would have done more than whatever damage than whatever that one villager would have done. I think the TC range is like right here. And then the other thing, which is wild, you just can't like, you can't make this up. Overtaken didn't have the stone because he was stonewalling, so he couldn't tower. And then his market was denied by the scouts, so then he couldn't click up to Castle Age. He has the resources to click up to Castle Age for a long time here, but he didn't have the building. And so, I mean, from the Scout Edition to the Tree Hop to everything, to the destruction of his own castle, it was just a mad game. It was Nomad. And here's a look at this again. So he places the castle foundation, and the mangonel had already fired. You could tell he clicked the mangonel away, but it's just the timing. Like those villagers hit the castle, the mangonel hit. It's 2-2, guys. Here we are. Can't believe it, but we're in a game 5. We've got Good Game playing as the Mongols. I was critical that he didn't play Mongols on Mired because of all the hunt there. Well, he beat the Mongols there with Portuguese, and he saved Mongols, and there's lots of hunt here too. Now, you always have vision in the middle, so you can see everything. We'll see if players choose to try and run and take the rhinos. But it should be positioned as such where, because people will see you coming, the defender should be able to snag the rhinos. It should be 2 rhinos per player here. Now, maybe Overtaken picked Berbers to match up against the Mongols here. Who knows? Berbers, pretty good matchup for the Mongols. But this map is really hard to play. You've got the water. You've got the wood and the gold and the stone all on the outside, and then all the food in towards the middle. So Good Game has all the momentum. Overtaken needs to turn this around. And let's see how this ends up going here. Mongols should have all the initiative in the early game because of the hunt. And so Overtaken's going to need to try and find a way to like defend from the first attack and stabilize. And if you can do that, then eventually Mongols, they don't have as many things to get excited about. Is he running for that thing right now? Good Game, don't you even... You're against Berbers, man. Look at that. He thought about making a run for it to steal that rhino. And now... now he's running over here to try and steal this one. He's actually shooting the animals to kill them. So there's some decay. He's basically doing what he can. Just don't want to get too close to the TC. Eli says Berbers aren't faster in Dark Age. I'm pretty sure they are. It's like 5% though. It used to be more. So. Arbe says it's not allowed the first 3 minutes. Arbe, are you sure on that? I'm pretty sure anything goes once TCs are up. So if that's not the case, we should have a conversation on that. Once the TCs are up, everything goes as far as I knew. Now look at the preparation here for Overtaken. So Overtaken, maybe this is intent. Maybe he's just going for a wood lion, but he actually finds some of the buffaloes here. Now I theorize that maybe it might be worth it to send one villager around in a circle to get these buffaloes. That's a lot of buffaloes. Sometimes you'll see players dock. And if players dock, they could use the fishing ship for that. But yeah, lumber camp down here. And then lumber camp here for Overtaken. And it should be 2 rhinos for both. Will it be galleys? Will it be like scouts? Will it be archers? You could kind of justify either. If you go for galleys, you could do a lot on this map. We had a player go double dock galleys at one point. And Rhino was just saved by Overtaken. That's actually pretty smart. You don't need to rush it. And same deal for Good Game. I know some people... I know it's a very memorable moment when Yo lost 2 villagers to his Rhino in Wandering Warriors Cup 1 in the semifinals. It's a fun memory to look back on, but it's not good that we had a game end in 2 minutes. So I really like the tweaks that we did with the Rhinos. I think it was a smart move here. Did Overtaken see this elephant? He did. Again, they are 5% faster in Dark Age. I think chat confirmed that. So I think with Loom, you could maybe justify going over here to your TC. I don't know if you need the 3rd Rhino, though, unless you're trying Fast Castle, which could be good, but also could be seen as risky. Oh, wow. Good Game is doing it. So Good Game's bringing in a 3rd. Guys, when you... watch Good Game play, is it not just like, isn't there this level of anticipation of what crazy crap he's going to do next now? So that's the feeling I always have when I play against the dude. He's always has like this crazy energy and timing attack. Oh man. I'm pumped for this now. I'm pushing in some of the ostriches. This is going to be a lot of food. It's probably fast feudal, and considering he has a dock, probably maybe fast feudal galleys here. Okay, so people are talking about the rules. It says you can't do any of the laming stuff before 3 minutes. Arbase, we should talk about that. I'm pretty sure that was supposed to be as part of the segment before the TCs go up. By the way, no second Dark Age building for Overtaken. He can't click up. He's panicking up a mill. Anyways, whatever we saw here is fine for me. It was right around the 3 minute mark. That could be a dead Vill. Overtaken, clicks up. Please don't lose this Vill. Please, that's 2 hits away from death. There's nothing to block. He can't build there either. He can't build. He can't build. He can't build. He blocks with her. What a save. Find yourself a woman who will do that for you when you're bringing the elephant home in a dangerous environment. Okay. So we've got fish out here. We've got no fish for Overtaken. You can see your opponent is docked in mid. around... sorry, if they dock in the middle, you can always see it because of the vision. There's no real indicators here for Overtaken on exactly where his opponent has gone for wood, but if you look and you see the Vils walking this direction, you should know it's that general area. The same for Good Game. He probably saw the Vils coming from this way. Nothing on gold yet for Good Game. He didn't actually find gold. Oh, wow, this is crazy. No gold close by anyways. There's this, but that's pretty far. This gold is super close. So it feels like a scaled opening, honestly. And then Overtaken kind of feels like Archers, right? It has to be. He's gone to gold. He's got a lot on wood. He hasn't added a dock for galleys. Market. Whoa. So Good Game is trying to go Fast Castle. Could maybe be Fast Castle Lancers. Is he going to snag another elephant? No freaking way. This is the last thing I expected. Like, I think we rarely see players get the third. But this is a weak Vil, and he's going to try and go for another elephant and go Fast Castle. You better block with the Buffalo here, Good Game. He's also going to Stone with Vils right now. Oh, but there could be pressure there. There could be awkwardness. So, game 3. No! Okay, well, he's not getting that one. Or at least not anytime soon. Loses the Vil. He's trying to plan for Castle Age. Here's his opponent right now. Guys, there's going to be Archers here. He needs to get up, and then he needs to somehow get the stone. He sold his stone. He sold his stone to click up. And now there's going to be Archers. He can't tower. This is really good for Overtaken. This is really good for Overtaken. And he'll know his opponent is Fast Castle as well, based on, I think, seeing the stone and not seeing any army yet. That elephant would have been helpful, but honestly, I don't even think with that elephant, this situation is necessarily much better. I don't think you can go for Mangadai. Now, if you were going to try Lancers, you'd need a barracks and a stable, which is over 300 wood. And then, like you're just so far removed from getting to Lancers. Lancers could be strong. I guess you would really need that elephant if you're going to try Lancers. Good Game went Fast Castle game 3. He went Fast Castle game 4. He's trying Fast Castle game 5. But a nice bit of momentum here for Overtaken, who did bring in another elephant himself. He's also probably going to expand in other ways. Maybe take some of the hunt, maybe add some fish, maybe add some farms. The walls from Good Game keep him in this. He's double checking any of these gaps. He will be up. But now I think the only thing he could do is like 1 or 2 Lancers and micro them like crazy. Like literally just 2 Lancers. And then you even have to idle your TC for that. I was thinking he would just go Siege Workshop and go like Mangonel, and then what on earth does Overtaken do to get to Castle Age? Can you imagine that? That would be so funny. Oh my god, I'm having so much fun. I hope you guys are having as much fun as I am. There's a hole here, by the way. All right, there's Lancer number 1. Where is he? Here he is. I mean, I don't want to bring up stuff that's going to make my viewers unhappy, but we've all lost against this play before, right? Oh, there's a hole! There's a hole! The Vils ran through. Hold on. Right? Like, we've all been YOLO Lancered before. And YOLO Lancer has some potential if it gets going, but you kind of need economy to make more of them. He's microing it. Okay, that's actually good micro. The other Lancer comes in, gets a poke. But they're dead now. And Overtaken's still in Feudal Age. Overtaken's completely fine. And Overtaken has taken Good Game off of gold. So Good Game can't actually make more than the next 2 Lancers. You'd think that wedging units into a little gap would be kind of nice for the Lancers, but it's still kind of tough for the Lancers to hit all the units. Like, unfortunately for Good Game, he had to fight with the initial 2 Lancers because of the pressure. If he could have waited somehow, like if he still had gold, you know, he could wait till 4 and then maybe he gets a clear up. So many Vills over here. I like the defensive tower. I know a tower against Lancer is not the most normal thing ever, but I think that's just a really smart play because you just need any defense possible. I don't mind the Fire Galley additions either. Good Game's Vills are so weak. He doesn't know there's a hole back here, and the Spearmen are going to loop around. The Lancers might be counterattacking right now. Uh-oh. There's a hole. The Spearmen have made it through. There's a lot of weak Vills. The Spearmen could feast. The Spearmen could absolutely feast. There's a lot of weak villagers for Good Game. You've got to run away. The Lancers need to get kills now. Here we go. This is why the tower's nice. Because it's anything that could do some damage. Sure, you're going to take losses, but that is okay in some ways, maybe. Good Game's making a run for it. He's microing his Lancers here. He's fighting for his tournament life. He actually just unqueued a Vill so he could make another Lancer. That's basically where we're at. The 3 Lancers over here are not here to protect the wood line. And, oh, man, are there weak Vills. That's going to be 2 more Vills dead. I think Overtaken can come back from this disaster turnaround, right? Like, he fell apart in the previous game. The game before, I mean, he had leads in game 3. This could have easily been a sweep. Let's see how the Lancers do. Are they good enough? They're trying to use their range. Like, it's just so poor right now, Good Game. He just can't afford to make much more. He's going to send in the Vills as distractions. That's not it. No, that's not it. It kind of worked. It actually worked. He might get a clear up. Okay. They'll kill the archers. You got to kill the archers first here, Good Game. And then you can kill the villager. I think you need 1 upgrade at least for Lancers. Like, it's just, they're so weak, dude. They're still just 72 HP. At 1 range is annoying, but actually it could be a final Vill snipe here for Overtaken if he notices it. So 3 Lancers, 22 Vills, and a Dream. And mass evacuation from Overtaken. Oh, that's funny. I'm kind of surprised he didn't stay here and farm a little bit. His eco's actually not great. This has been very messy. Man, guys, do you think Good Game would have won this game if he didn't lose that Vill and actually brought in the elephant? If everything else was the same, if he tried to go to stone, but that got denied, if there's a hole in the wall, all of that. But if that elephant came in and gave him that extra 300, or I guess 400 food. There's the Siege Workshop. Who knows how much he's going to be able to make from it. I'm seeing a lot of you guys say no, and I really respect you for that. I still think it's hard. I still think it's very difficult. But again, with this Lancer play, a little bit more. 1 extra upgrade, couple extra Lancers. It can all snowball, so I could see arguments that why some people would think that could have made a really big difference. He definitely just ran out of food and then had to go Lancers, so now you go Camel and you go Monk if you're Overtaken. Or Cav Archer. Okay, because he actually has, like, no food eco. And the GG is called! The GG is called! Good Game! He realizes he's got nothing left. If his opponent is Castle, he's forced to tap out. What a game it was. Overtaken gets the job done anyways. Man, I mean, he learned some lessons here. He got through a really tough period here, Overtaken. This was a stressful strategy to be up against in the final game after everything that transpired. But in the end, Overtaken ends up doing kind of what everyone was expecting maybe and winning this series. But I do also want to extend salutes to Good Game because, again, there was disappointment. There was a whole lot of worry that this was just going to be a dud of a series. I think he's a fun player. 84th seed, has a lot to learn, needs a lot of experience, but this is the type of guy that can produce some really good games. So The name is accurate, I guess. So he lost, of course, but props to him anyways for at least turning it around and not just playing garbage game 3 when he was down and out, and it might have looked really bad. There's the res collected. I mean, Overtaken just had way more villagers, right? He didn't really have great food eco. Neither player did, in all honesty. Again, 0 farms. I think he was just hyper fixated on the spears and on the archers. And yeah, what a fun series. That is definitely one of the more enjoyable sets we've seen so far in Wandering Warriors Cup. I think the map pool, and then again, some of the early round matchups from 40th seed to 80th seed could be super, super entertaining.